Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark National Park movies.
I'm Brian, and I like Hallmark National Park movies.
I'm Dan, and if you like National Park movies on Hallmark, I have a series of questions for you, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello there, everybody.
Boy.
How are we? Are we doing good?
So great, Bran.
Why are you doing great, Dan?
You know, it's that old Fleetwood Mac song. The
Yeah.
children get
Oh,
older, and
yeah,
I'm getting younger.
That's exactly right. Brian, why are you doing great?
That's largely that reason. But I'm getting older.
Aaron, why are you doing
Why
great?
are you great, Aaron?
I'm not going to play into this bit. I'm doing great because I saw Taylor Swift this weekend.
And at the very rainy concert,
The
correct?
rainiest rain show to ever rain show.
That's right.
Wow.
And how was it?
It was life-changing.
Life-changing.
I thought it would be.
Wow.
How many times did we cry?
I'm not sure if I cried. I was very
The
wet
rain,
on my
sure.
face. Like, it could have been tears, could have been rain. I don't know. It's all,
Many?
It's all a blur.
I'm not sure.
I
if
don't think that's
cried.
how
I don't
tears
think
work.
that's how that works.
I think it is.
I've never had rain on my face and gone like,
Is that
tears?
Am I
Am I
crying
crying
right now?
yeah.
Angel tears.
I don't know. Yeah,
Life-changing.
She definitely
Life-changing.
didn't
My
cry.
life has been
Unbelievable.
changed.
What's more life changing, that concert or getting to do this for a living?
And we lost Aaron.
The fact
right.
that it took that long a minute was the concert.
Tell you
Aaron, you
everything
get back.
need
You
to
get
know.
back to us
Yeah.
later, bud.
Exactly.
You get back to us later. I'm doing great because today is the launch of the Philo Deep Dive.
Follow deep dive.
Very excited about this. A
Yes.
Philo exclusive program where Dan and I each week will dive into the library, the canyon that is the library
Canyon.
Canon also.
of Philo.
Didn't see Catalog
Today,
Canyon live.
today I dive into a show that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, Mountain Monsters.
That's right.
And Dan checked out a documentary type thing of the Ghost of Flight 104,
we recorded weeks
401.
ago. Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun. We get to talk about ghosts. We get to talk about weird goat
ghosts again.
Bigfoot things. It's a lot.
Weird ghosts.
No, weird
Scary
ghosts.
Oh, goat.
Weird goats.
Ghosts.
Mountain
Thank you for
goat.
A mountain goat
Yes.
that is also a
Ghost.
a Bigfoot of sorts.
Okay.
It is a big goat.
You're going to have to just tune in to Philo to figure it out.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So head to the Deck the Hallmark channel on Philo and check it out on demand. We're gonna be coming to you. It's a quick watch. It's not like you don't gotta plan your whole day
15
around
minutes.
it.
Good.
But we'll be coming at you every week.
a quick
if,
doozy.
If you like
Did
hearing
you
us.
think there were people that were planning their whole day around? Like,
There's at least
I
one.
know there is
2 or
at least
3
a couple
hours.
of people that
This
are
is a
planning their
Philo
whole day.
deep
Is there at
dive?
least one Higbones
Yeah,
doing
that's
that?
exactly
Yeah,
right.
of course.
We're very excited about it. It's a lot of fun to get to talk about TV that doesn't revolve around whether or not there's a kiss at the end of it. So very excited to do that with my big friend Dan over there. Philo
Bigfoot
Deep Dive.
friend.
Bigfoot friend. Guys, we're talking about Zion. Love in Zion National, a National Park romance.
Mystery romance.
Now, this is the second National Park romance movie.
Yes.
Earlier this year, we saw Love in
Glacier
National,
Yes.
a National Park romance.
Yes.
And also the third movie where Cindy Busby is in
Yep.
some sort of a park,
Yep.
which I'm calling her tour guide trilogy,
Ooh.
Like that.
where she needs to go to this park and there's a tour guide or a ranger that has to guide her to the secret place in order to find the secret thing to fix the movie. Third time she's done it in the last 2 years. The tour guide trilogy.
The tour guide trilogy coming to a DVD box set near you.
And the
maybe.
other two of those movies for a free steak dinner.
Oh, you dirty bee. Water. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
The name is Chasing Waterfalls, but I'll give it to you.
Okay,
That's
chasing
really close.
waterfalls and is it raining today? What's it called?
That is the weather movie, and that is not correct. The other one is Marry Me in Yosemite.
I forgot about that
Yeah, sure
movie.
Yeah, you did. We all
Forgot
did.
about that
We did.
movie.
Yeah.
Well, fun. Thank you
You
for
guys
that.
talking about your semi?
Oh boy, the Jewish rap group.
Wrigley, how you doing, bud? And
I'm
be
doing great. How
careful.
about you? Be careful. You be careful out there.
Out there.
Are you excited? We're coming out to we're going out to Kansas City in a
KC
couple
in the
weeks.
house.
We're doing a
Yeah.
live show. Are you coming with us?
I am not. I'm going to hold down the fort here. Don't worry. I
You're
got a few
staying-
things planned, a couple tournaments.
What?
A tournaments of what?
You don't worry about it. It'll be
Well,
good. There'll be
now
some
we're-
Why
brackets
would you
on the
say
wall.
it if you don't want me to
There'll be some
ask?
brackets on the wall. You just walk right past those.
I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, I'm talking about before you leave.
Just tell me what the tournament
In
is
preps
for.
of the tournaments, I'm going to have some brackets on the wall. I don't know what the big deal is.
Just tell me what the tournaments are.
There's several different tournaments.
What's the one
They
you're most
involve
excited about?
Dice, mesquite barbecue,
Right?
mesquite barbecue.
Right.
That's right. Dice, mesquite barbecue, overhead projectors, soft serve ice cream. I can't say any more than that.
Are they all related? Those four things are
No, there's a
related?
lot of tournaments happening.
So is there just a mesquite barbecue tournament?
Yeah, I cannot confirm nor deny.
Is there just
You're
an
not here.
overhead
It's
projector?
not your problem. I will hold down the fort. Thank you very much.
That's happening at Fitzy's?
It's happening here and at Fitzy's.
Oh,
Here as in the studio?
Well, that's what I'm holding down
Jump
the
for the
fort.
brackets.
You
Yeah.
didn't sign off. You didn't ask that.
Right.
You didn't ask
Yosemite is
us.
playing live.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh my word. Dream
Several
come
different.
true.
Look, there's a lot of ways to get involved.
How can you get
Sign-up
involved?
sheet?
What,
My
are the-
pants.
what does that mean?
I don't
May 20th, 2023 is when this Zion movie came out. And I want to know something like this. Everyone, let's meet Lauren. Hey, Lauren.
Hey.
How you doing? She's an assistant curator. She's living the dream. She lives in Denver, the Mile High City. City so high, they named it twice.
That's not.
And she's working for the museum there and is friggin' pumped to get her paws on these old clay vases. And these come, and she's like, I think that these are from Zion National Park. I know Zion National Park where when I see it, you might be asking why. It is because I am talking to a picture of my mom, and that picture was taken at Zion National. Need I say more? No. And she is getting the feeling that she may have to go searching maybe for love in Zion National. I don't know.
Could it be a national park romance?
Could be. A guy named Grady shows up.
Part of
and,
the tour guide trilogy?
that'd be a quadrilogy. If we do it again, can we do this again? A guy named Grady shows up. Grady is claiming that he is not the bad guy. He is clearly the bad guy. He shows up and he is contesting the will about the pots and the vases, and says that they belong to him. He's the next in line for the vases. Lauren is really bummed about this and is like, I'm looking at these vases and I think that the artwork connects vase 1 and 2, but there's no connection between 2 and 3. So maybe 3 is actually 4, and we're missing 3. Is everybody
Obviously.
you guys all tracking there? So she decides the only logical explanation here is to go to Zion National Park and try to find it. She thinks if I can find it, then maybe I have a claim that I can be like, hey, I now have one, therefore I must have
Get the whole set.
the whole set. It's a finder's keeper situation.
Loser's walk. Absolutely.
Loser's walk. And Grady in this case would be the loser.
But he's not
So-
a bad guy.
No, he's not the bad guy. So she heads to Zion and she decides, I've been to Zion before. Remember the picture with my mom? I know this place. So she goes out and she immediately gets lost. Luckily for her, a park ranger named Adam has been following her. It's all on the up and up. He was assigned to her.
Adam Proudstar, right?
Adam Proudstar. That's exactly right. He loves the stars.
Yeah.
He's proud of them.
Yeah, a lot of pride.
And so she insists on trying to find this vase, and Adam insists on telling her how dangerous it would be to go and do that. Our guy Grady picks up on the fact that Lauren is, how you say, out of commission, not in the office. And he's like, why would she not be in the office? And it's at this point a fellow walks out and says, just like I suspected. she's gone to try to find the other vase.
Dr. Sandler, is that you?
And we don't know who, what, when, where, why this guy is, but he is, and he is on Grady's team. I would say that this guy is the bad guy. So in saying that, I now withdraw my previous statement about Grady being the bad guy. I think he actually might be truthful. He's not a good guy, but he's not the bad guy.
That's fair.
And so they decide, Grady and bad guy decide that they are going to go and try to find the vase first. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers, losers walk.
Losers walk. That's right.
And so Lauren and Adam, they're obviously still hanging out together. Rest in peace, obviously. They are camping in Zion. He's healing ankle sprains like he's Jesus. He's telling rattlesnakes to go away. He might be Jesus. Just as the relationship is, how you say, popping off, Grady and his new friend, we know him, we love him, show up and go, hey, finders did keepers.
Finders?
Finders did keepers, losers are weepers, losers walk. We've got it, it's ours, see you, goodbye. Adam watches all this transpire and gets very mad at Lauren. And he's like, how dare you? Who do you think you are? I am. He says, figure your way out of the national park. I'm out of here, madam. She does find her way out of the park, heads back to the office, and she hatches a plan. If we can find who these pots originally belonged to, then we might have claim. We can be like, hey, they don't belong to you, Gradester. They belong to these folks. And so they go to do that, and they do that via montage, and it is truly a sight to behold. We love it. And so, good news, they do what they thought would happen happened. They get them, they put them on display. Everybody loves it. He goes back. She talks to Adam. She does explain that it is important for you to know, Adam, that my mom died a while back. And he's like, I'm sorry. I forgive you. I totally don't know how it all connects,
grandma,
but what?
Not mom.
Or grandma, sorry, grandma. And so they're all good to go. Huh? Maybe. They make up. They're happy to go. All of the vases are on display, and they head out and they look at the park, and they go, boy, isn't this a sight? And they kiss, and then they say, let's just keep looking. So they look out at the park, and we do too for a while. And that, my friends, was Love in Zion National, and never going to National Park Romance.
We did it.
That's exactly right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like
when we get back here on
Deck
the Hallmark. Segment per vase.
That's right.
Ooh, yeah.
As they deserve.
Can we call them Vosses?
Okay.
Vases.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the vases. Get out that vase for me. Yes, well, we're back. Hi, everybody.
wow.
Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. Hope you're doing just swell here on a Tuesday. We're talking about the Zion National Park movie that premiered last weekend on the Hallmark Channel, and we are going to break it down with 4 segments. We're going to start with a hot take. I'm going to start with Brian. Brian, what did you think of Zion National Park and National Park Romance?
If you say you love this, so help me.
Sounds like a threat.
It's not a threat. Well, I would never threaten you.
National Park would be a good place to get rid of a
If
body.
you said you love this,
Yeah.
train station.
Say no more. That's where the bodies go. This beautiful title card caught me off guard. Beautiful title card. Beautiful shots, obviously, of Zion. I do appreciate, same as they did in the last one, even in Yosemite, I appreciate all the information, the background information. Love that stuff. That's great. I was so torn because at first I'm rooting for her to find the vase so that the guy Grady can't steal the other 3 back. So I'm like, boy, I hope she finds it. Then she gets to the park, and I kind of realized, okay, if she finds it, she's gonna take it, and it's not gonna stay in Zion. And I did not like that. So I turned, and I sort of got to a point where I was like, I hope nobody finds this 4th vase. And so I kind of it lost a lot of momentum for me. I wasn't really rooting for anybody to find this vase anymore. I wanted all 3 of those vases to be returned to the park where they belong.
I was under the impression that the museum was going to return
That
them.
was the whole plan, Brian.
I
The
thought
whole
that they
plan
were
was
gonna
we'll
keep 'em-
find them, and if they want us to display it, we will. But we want to make sure that they can go back to who they rightfully
thought
belong
they were
to.
going
No,
right to
they were going to
Denver.
put them in the Denver
Yeah.
Museum for a display,
Yeah.
not for all time.
Okay.
And they were going to sign it off.
Sign what off?
Sign off the display.
They were going to sign.
Like, hey, can we do a display?
Oh, they were going to ask
sign it-
permission.
Yes, they're going to ask
Yes.
permission.
Okay.
They're
As
going
long
to
as the-
sign it off.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
don't, like,
sign
I'm
it
supposed-
off.
I
August.
don't understand
Oh.
what that means. Sign it off.
I must have gotten a drink at that point when they
They were
decided
going to
they were
sign
gonna
it
sign
off.
it.
As
They're
long
gonna
as
sign it
the Anasazi get all 4 vases, I'm cool with that. But I did, while I was watching, I was sort of like, man, I hope nobody finds it.
Yeah.
And I was not, I don't know, like Zion is great. The everything else, I was just like, okay, like not. I wasn't just to make sure we're all on the same page here. No, I did not love it, Dan. I kind of liked it. It was just okay for me.
Not as cool as
but
your shirt. That's for
this
sure.
shirt, which will be on display in our museum in Kansas
Our
City.
museum.
Our
Oh, we're
museum.
going to be, but you can only buy it at the live show? Is that what I understand?
As far as I understand it, and then
The
we're
old
going to
live
return
show.
it to the Anasazi.
Yes, that's right.
For display. But yeah, so it's just okay. You know, I like the information. The story, I was kind of like, okay. So that's kind of where I landed.
I really liked the first act of this movie. Thought it started off real strong, and then I got a little bit bored. I always enjoy seeing parks. People don't know that about me.
Always?
That's
I
just
always-
that's fundamentally not true.
I always enjoy
Do you bike
seeing
through
Brandon
seeing
hates
parks.
the outdoors.
You like to
I
bike
never
through
said
them?
I like to see them in person, Dan.
You like to see you
I-
always love seeing pictures of parks.
Always. Videos,
Any
bring
park,
them on.
really?
From the comfort of my car and or RV. Freak yeah.
An RV? You're a camper now?
Yeah,
You're on the road?
If I
It's not adding up.
if
Would you
I
take
could,
an RV across country?
I would.
You would.
I would do that.
With your family?
I would
you
do
would
this
not.
after my kids are gone.
They're gone. So it's you.
Moved
yeah,
out. They're
sure.
still
Yeah, yeah.
alive. They're-
Your kids are
After-
getting older.
they're
You're
gone.
getting
Thriving.
younger.
At
There's
the
nothing
train
to look.
station.
They're
Yeah.
thriving. No, like when I retire from the podcast game, probably in my late 30s.
Yeah.
With all of the money, I'll buy
Of
an
course.
RV. I'll travel across the
You
country.
want to
I'll
road
see-
trip across the country in an RV, Brand.
in the comfort of an RV? Absolutely.
Look at the
You're
parks.
driving it though.
Maybe not.
Who's driving it? You're
Maybe
gonna
I
hire
buy a
somebody?
driver.
You
I hire a driver.
You bought a driver?
Maybe it
With all
comes
the
with a
money.
driver.
You're
It
going to buy an
comes
RV with a driver.
Maybe. Maybe I would.
In search of RV.
Man.
That's
I'm
That's
just saying
impressive.
there are ways I would like to see parks.
yeah. All right.
So this is
That's
one.
one
This
way.
movie was one of them. I did feel like I got to see.
Do you
a good
count
bit
this
of
as
the
you
park.
experiencing Zion?
I
National
am.
Park?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Bucket
I've-
list check.
I've been to Yosemite. I've been to Yosemite. I've been to Glacier. I've been to Zion. I've hit almost all of them.
All the big ones.
So doing pretty well. This movie not
Denver Museum check.
not a big one for me.
Not a big one.
Not a big one for me. But didn't actively dislike it. I was just a smidge bored by it. Dan, hit me.
Yeah, much like the snake they happen upon in this movie has no pulse. It is dead. It is non-existent. It is bad, really, really bad. And here's the thing: is that Brand's right, not about any of the park RV stuff, but about the movie having a good premise. Like it has a very Indiana Jones National Treasure premise. Like they're looking for an artifact. There's a race to the artifact. First one to find it somehow has dibs on it. I don't understand that exactly, but they do. That's a great idea, and it is squandered in just the most boring of ways. Also, while I love Cindy Busby, and I love her dearly, this is like a lack of chemistry. Like the two leads, I would have been fine if they just shook hands at the end of this movie and went their separate ways. And there is an egregious misuse of a park ranger hat, the likes of which I don't think I've ever seen.
And I've worn one.
Yeah, it is no less than 6 sizes too big for the head that it is on. So, not a whole lot to recommend here, unfortunately. It's really, really bad. I'm very fascinated by our ranking episode coming up because we got what I don't think Hallmark's had a good year so far at all, and I feel like there's going to be a lot more argument at the bottom of our list than at the top of our list, because I think the 5 top movies are going to be pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
The bottom though, whew, boy howdy.
Will there be blood? Will we fight to tooth and nail?
Well, there's what was the one that Brian
face.
actually the Rhiannon Fish movie.
Yeah.
Brian's just going to be wrong on that one.
It's going to be 2 against 1, but
Yeah.
that's going to be one
I
that
don't
I
know.
will try to argue.
We'll see how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah.
See how you what
Could
kind of
be a
lunch you
fit
have.
for a
Like,
Prince
what-
situation.
What
You
kind of
never
mood
know.
am I in?
Could
If
have a
Natalie
real-
Hall was in it, it would make his
forget
top
it.
5.
To the top.
If he has a big lunch that day, you're gonna have a tough
Oh,
time.
my
getting
Yeah,
him
you're
on
right.
board.
You're right. Yep.
Let's do the feels, shall we? Talk
Sure.
about one of the 3 gave us as feels, Brian.
I was gonna make a joke about how I made a vase similar to that when I was in like 3rd grade, but then I thought I'm not gonna say
You're
it.
not
That's
going
a
to do
li-
that.
no,
That's
no,
a bad
that's
joke to
little-
make.
It's
So just
mean.
scrap
It's
it.
just
You
mean.
scrap
Not
it and
gonna
you
do
move on.
that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so I just want to mention that. Grady's.
I thought you didn't want to mention.
I didn't want to make the joke, so I just mentioned that I was.
Oh,
I thought
interesting.
There was a joke there, and I think it's a little like a low blow, and I'm not going to go there.
So mentioning the joke is not the same as
No,
making the joke.
definitely
Got it.
not.
I got
No.
it. I got it.
It's
I got it.
worse.
I'm just telling. Whoa. I'm just letting you guys know where I was at. Grady's buddy is Dr. Sandler, the explorer.
The nefarious Dr. Sandler that shows up 43 minutes into this movie.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
When he came on screen, that when you said it's sort of like a national treasure or like a
Indiana Jones,
Indiana Jones like
yeah.
hunt for something. When he encapsulated that whole feeling and vibe that was a lot of fun. That 25 seconds when he ran to the chopper, he ran to the helicopter, like he sprinted, and
Yeah.
I laughed out loud when he did that. Like this is. If it were more of that going on, like they were more head-to-head battling to get to it, that's a great idea.
But
that
you
would have
see
been
him
fun.
you see those bad guys 3 times,
Yeah.
beginning, middle, end. You don't see him any other time.
That's right. And so it was that there was these big lulls of not him.
Yes, yeah, of not the nefarious Dr. Sandler.
I would have liked to see the 2 of them like out and about.
Yeah.
Doing Zion.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely. That could have been pretty comedic too, as him getting in these funny scenarios. But yeah, and what he would have done with the rattlesnake, man.
Oh.
So that
about
was
it.
kind of my feels, was him, that comedy that was there.
Nothing. If you learned nothing from yesterday's episode of Deck the Hallmark, it's that when something all comes together, I freak out. So yesterday's movie, Must Love Christmas, the ending of that, I'm just like, now it all makes sense. When she does the vases and she's like, faces 1 and 2, they connect, but there's no connection between 2 and 3. So maybe 3 is 4 and 3 is missing. That was awesome. I felt like there was Mission Impossible music going on, and she's like, bum, 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 what's up, puzzle pieces, bum, 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 there's a missing piece. I loved it. It worked for me. I thought it was wonderful and truly suspenseful, thrilling, amazing. I loved it. Dan?
You know, I've
Truly
known you a long time, Brian, but I got to be honest. Yesterday's episode and today's episode have made me realize exactly why you do love Hallmark movies.
Sure.
If these things are cracking the suspense label, then that makes sense as to why this is an easy genre for you. I don't have any. Dead snake feels. The snake couldn't have been more dead, guys. Blanket on it, doesn't move. Literally, they shook a rattle, like somehow, snake's dead. He picks it up, doesn't move. The snake just literally dead. He picks it up and it just goes thunk. Like, snake is dead. And they are acting like it's alive, and that made me chuckle quite a bit. That's all.
I still actively looked away from that scene.
Are you serious?
Yes.
The snake was dead, Bran.
Dead snake's worse than not their snake.
Suspenseful.
A dead snake is worse than a not. You would rather see a dead snake.
No, I'd rather not see any snake at
Okay.
Than a dead
But
snake,
you would rather see a dead snake than know there's a live snake within 100 feet of you?
all. How would I know? I hear it.
Because I'm telling
tells
you.
you.
I'm saying
There's a
hey,
snake.
No, if
you're
I
in-
if
you're
I
in the
if
park,
you knew if
there's
you
statistically speaking, there's a snake within 100 feet of
But
you.
are you doing this? Are you doing this
Or-
thing that you
or-
do where you're
or-
like, there's a snake near you?
Or you can see, you think
Can
that
you
it's-
see the snake?
He saw.
You
the snake.
can't see the live
Can
snake.
you though?
No,
Then how do you know?
statistically.
Statistically, in a park, there's always a snake within
I'm
100
just
feet
making
of
up
you.
a stat.
In your
Brand,
backyard,
for the
there's probably a
example.
snake within 100
No,
feet
I would
of you.
I'd rather see the dead
You
snake.
rather? Okay, thank you. That's all I need.
But statistically, if I see a dead snake, there is still a live
It's
snake
made.
100
that's
feet.
the
Made.
one. That's the one.
Oh,
you're probably
oh.
good. They all spread out.
But in 100
they all,
feet.
snakes know where the line is.
But-
They all are in
That's
their territory.
true. That's
like,
one
it's
thing-
my territory. You stay over there,
That's
you
right.
rascal.
They don't cross property
But
lines.
in 100 feet, I am then once again in danger.
Yeah, I would stay close to the dead snake.
But does that dead snake not have to be get a
United
new
and it
family, get
feels
a
so
new one
good.
in there?
They collect
Because
it.
now there's 200 feet.
yeah, I think
Unprotected,
they're hung
yeah.
up on the 100 feet part of this.
You said a
This
number.
is why he wants to stay in the RV.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We're gonna take a
But
quick
someone
break.
else is driving.
Someone else is driving.
Oh my gosh.
I call him Tito.
You do.
Yeah, that's not his name, but that's
Right.
what I call him.
He wears a hat.
He wears a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, his real name is Lars.
Right.
But like
Tito's.
when he's driving, he's Tito.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
this whole character.
My
It's
God.
all
Why?
vibe.
Why do you call him Tito when he's
Because when
driving?
I
my driver, Tito.
because he was the delivery driver for Tito's Pizza. That's how I found him.
Okay.
And I knew he liked driving. 'Cause he was a
And
delivery-
hated his name,
Lars.
Lars.
Lars likes driving. That's why he was a delivery pizza driver. And I
Yeah.
thought I could give you more of a life.
You want a
You've
real
thought
drive.
about this a lot.
Yes, we'll be right back here on
Deck
the
the
Hallmark.
Deck the Hallmark. And Tito's Pizza went out of business.
That's
so
unfortunate.
Tito's is out of business?
maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, Tito's is still around. Right there in Pleasantburg.
Okay, but Lars doesn't work there anymore.
Lars is
He
no
works
longer
for-
there.
Got let go. There's a situation.
Well, I hired him.
Right.
You already have this camper.
I already no, I have him. I'm just waiting on the
You're
camper.
waiting on, you have him on
but
retainer.
I can't get the camper until I retire. Why is this so confusing
I
for
know,
you
it's
guys?
really hard. 100 feet per
100
snake.
feet.
That's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
Don't cross lines.
Let's get to the wait what. Brian, anything in this episode of movie make you go wait what?
This is maybe either the second or third national park movie where my wife has told me this, and I keep forgetting to mention it. But apparently, you don't hike with long hair down, and this has been confirmed from I saw it in our group chat, the movie
Okay.
chat. It was mentioned, so I just want to bring it to the table.
You don't
if you have
hike
long
with
hair,
long hair
You
down.
typically don't hike with long hair.
Aaron,
down.
do you have anything to add to this as the one person with long hair in the
in this
studio
room,
today?
yeah.
I mean, I agree. Every time that I would go hiking or do anything outside, hair
Right
up.
up.
Do
Sure.
anything outside.
It's hot out there.
See Taylor Swift.
See Taylor
Hair up or
Swift,
down?
hair up?
Hair up.
Hair
Wow.
It was pouring rain.
Do you have an answer yet? This or that?
I'm sorry, I don't. I'm still praying
All right.
about it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fact that she hasn't answered tells you her answer.
I think
Brand.
that's
it was
the
Taylor
answer.
Swift.
It's frustrating.
It is.
Because how
that
many
is
hours have we
frustrating.
been together?
That is
that's
frustrating.
Many.
That's three. You spent 3.5 hours with
Yeah.
Taylor,
Spend
like
25 to 30 hours.
well
with us a week.
outside 100 feet.
Well outside.
Well outside 100 feet from her.
Did she bring
Whatever.
you
I mean, it
cookies,
is what it
or-
is.
Is she? What? Did this is true though, right? You're further away from her than you are from us,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
and you've spent more time with us than you have with her,
Yes.
and you're still considering it.
I mean,
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, still.
Brian,
Yep.
Anything
So
else?
wait, no, a couple more. So she rented this cabin, which I did some little research.
Yeah, you
it's
did.
about between $150 to $200 a night, depending
Okay.
on what you're doing. So let's say like 180, 170 a night.
but what?
Depending on what you're
Depending
doing.
on what you're
Like
doing,
the
they
size,
ask
like,
you.
No, like the.
So
how-
150
how-
if you're going to smoke
yeah,
cigarettes.
Depends what you're doing.
200 if
Do
you-
anything to
like,
it. Well, like I found someone that were like 150 that were really small.
Depending on what?
size-wise.
Size.
Yeah,
Okay.
hers looked like a really nice
Depending on
one.
what you're doing.
What you're
Brand.
like what you're looking for, you know?
I
like,
got it.
Okay, that
I
makes
got
more
it.
You know
I
what I
got
mean?
it.
Like
I got it.
what you're looking for, Dan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, what you're doing?
So, and some of them really nice, around 200, but I don't think she was in one that big. So say it like 160, 170 a night for her place. And it looked like it was in a good spot, and it looked newer, hers in the movie. She goes on a 6-day hike and then comes back to the cabin.
That's right.
She's paying
$900.
6 nights she's paying for this place just to be gone. Like
I think the museum's paying. Or no,
I think it was on her dime. It was her vacation time. She decided to go off and do it. Yeah, and you go back to it was sort of I battled like should this be a what the Hallmark or a wait what because I was wondering if you can pause your reservation, you know, and like you can come back and start it up again.
I don't
but
think
I
that's-
don't think so either.
We could
But-
ask Tito, but I don't think.
Yeah, Tito might know something
Yeah.
about that. And why?
Guys, it's Lars. He's not driving yet.
This is confusing.
I know his real name is Lars.
Okay, so
When
I can't
he's
call
driving-
him Tito.
Not until he starts driving.
Until he's behind the wheel.
That's exactly
Okay.
right. It's not hard.
Yeah, not anymore. Now that makes so much more sense. Why would the Anastasi's help her find the fourth vase? Like, this is my thing the whole time. Like, once they realize, like, she's got these relics, like, that came from our land. She's looking for another one. Should we?
Because they're going to go
They're
back to
gonna
her if they
get him.
want them.
All right.
I don't know
okay.
how you missed this.
I did. And
They're
maybe,
gonna get him back.
Okay.
That's
so
why.
my wait, what is wrong? I'm wrong, but I still missed it as a viewer, and I just didn't understand, like, why are they being? To me, it wasn't so clear that she was going to find it and just hand it over to them.
The first scene of the entire movie, she's like, as long as we can get them back to the people who they belong to. She says it.
I just don't. Man, I don't trust her.
But
I don't
but
trust.
even
Why
if,
don't
but,
you trust her?
But even if that wasn't the case, if they're helping her, that must mean that they want it on display, which is also their choice to make.
Yes.
they want
It's
their
weird
history
that
on
he
display.
Gets mad that they're going to put the things.
Why
on
do you
display.
hate museums?
I don't
I was
know.
talking about the
No, I
dude.
don't-
Oh,
Proudwater. It's mad. It's weird that he.
oh,
gets
he
mad.
did get mad. Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah.
You got mad. Yeah. So okay. So that's not a great one.
But why
I
do you
still-
hate museums?
They're offensive. And
Oh.
so, they're hurtful sometimes. No, I think the museum on the site, that's cool. I think if you just go and you're starting your own museum, like, I'm going to pull things, take things from people and put them in this building, call it a museum. That's not as cool.
I thought it was weird that if they found the fourth vase, it helped their case in court.
Yeah, that is a weird.
That doesn't make, and I'm not a museum curator, but if
Wait,
a woman,
you're not?
believe it or not, if a woman owned 3 of these and wants to give them back, and someone is contesting whether she has the right to do that as her family member, a judge's decision on whether or not those things are given or not has nothing to do with if someone finds a fourth one, right?
I wouldn't think so.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
So I was weird. I was confused. Like, that was a big plot point. They're like, if we find the fourth vase, that'd give us ammunition to get the other 3. Why? How? What? The other 3 clearly were in possession of this woman for 70 years, and she's giving them to the museum. How does finding a fourth one? Why does it matter?
Everyone had all the reason and no reasons
Yes.
to be on the hunt. Brian, anything else?
No.
The introduction. Are you sad? Did we make you sad?
No.
No.
No, I'm more disappointed in myself.
No, don't be
That's what it
disappointed
is.
in yourself. No, it's still weird and confusing. When they introduced Dr. Sandler, I was so happy and so confused at the same time. They acted as if we've known this guy
For
the
forever.
whole movie.
Yeah.
To Dan's point, we're 43 minutes deep. They bring in this guy who is British to come in, and it's like, you see what they're doing, right? Like, this, they're clearly hatching up a plan. Here it is. Let's do. Why did they bring him into this? Like, why wasn't just what's his name, Grady? Why wasn't Grady enough? Why wasn't Grady enough to be like, oh, I see what they're doing, I'm going? Yeah. They're like, no, Grady would never. We know Grady. We know Grady's backstory. We know what he's up to. Grady would never be smart enough to figure out what's going on. So let's introduce a random British guy, a British Indiana Jones over here, 43 minutes deep into the movie. My only guess is that you meet him earlier in the movie and he got cut for time.
It was so frustrating. There had to be some scenes that were cut from this.
Had to be.
And they could not have dressed him more like Indiana Jones if they tried.
Yeah.
In the last scene of this movie.
So great.
That he's in. It's absurd.
So great.
It was a bold choice. Dano?
I do want to be clear. All movie long, she's reading her grandma's journal, and that's helping her find a way. It's like in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade, when he's got his dad's book and he's looking for all the stuff. Well, when they find out that they've been beaten to the Voss and Dr. Sandler and the other dude, Grady, have the Voss, he looks at her and holds up the journal and he goes, and don't worry, we had a copy of the journal too.
You're not the
I
only
thought
one
it
with a
was.
copy.
I thought it was Grady's grandmother's journal that she was looking at.
It was, it was. It was Grady's, sorry, not her grandma's. It was Grady's grandma's journal.
Yeah. But she had it.
Why in the world
Right.
were there copies
Right.
of someone's personal journal? That doesn't make any sense.
When you die, it's just
When you
photocopy
die, it's
everything.
like, let's everybody get the Xerox in. Let's photocopy these journals in case anybody wants a copy of them. That was very, very confusing to me. I do want to be clear. It takes a museum curator, an Anasazi park ranger, the entire movie to figure out that if they find the owner of the vase, they can give it back.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a big twist. If they find the person that it belonged to, they can have it. Those two people,
Never
that should
crossed their
literally
mind.
be their job.
Yeah.
We didn't talk enough about the lead actor's brother in the film.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't talk any
Right.
about him yet.
You didn't mention it.
Not at all.
He's a treat. But the best that he has is in the last scene we get with him where they're asking him for help. He stares directly at the camera twice. He's supposed to stare just below the camera at this packet, and he doesn't. He's supposed to stare here if you're watching on Philo. He doesn't stare here. He stares here, and then he keeps doing it over and over again. And when he talks, he looks back at it. It's real, real bad. And they left it in the movie, and we got less of Dr. Sandler because of that. That's really unfortunate. What's the lead dude's name in the movie?
Adam.
Adam is his name. I know it's Proudwater. Adam Proudwater. They could not find a singular park ranger outfit for this guy.
Yeah, what was up with that?
They found what I can only imagine is 3 different park ranger outfits. Like they found some pants over here, a shirt over here, a hat over here from 3 different sources.
It's really weird because even on the poster, it's mismatched. So it must be a thing.
It is not. It's the least official park ranger outfit I've ever seen, and the hat is just a rain barrel. It is so big. It does not fit his head. It's an absolute mess. Ridiculous use of a ranger hat. And I think that is. Oh no, we have to brief. You said it in your synopsis. She rolls her ankle. They do a close-up of this ankle. She cannot put pressure on her foot. And then he puts his hands on it, and it's healed. Healed. A sprained ankle, it's swollen, it's a mess for a couple weeks. Not here. No. 10 seconds, you're good to go. Absurd. That's all I got.
You think God's done doing miracles, huh?
I am a little bit of a cessationist, yes.
Let's get to the Hallmark. It's where we wonder what could have been. Maybe it's been clear which was Brian, what are you still wondering about, buddy?
Sure. Well, this should go over real well. So, did the grandmother, Adam's grandmother, did she know they were looking for a 4th vase for a while, for majority of the movie there? Do you guys remember? Did she know that they were out hunting for another vase?
I think she
yes.
knows
Yeah,
why
I
she's
thought
there.
so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why? And she knew she had this letter about 4 vases from her dad. So why was she holding back this information the whole movie?
That's real bad.
So
That's real bad.
I was thinking, I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing to have her just be like, oh,
Maybe she wants him to fall in love.
well, that, or she didn't want her to find it and she wanted to leave it where it was. And then when she found out, she's like, we're not going to take it. Like, if we find it, it has to stay where it belongs. Then she was okay with it. Like, it was just the weirdest, most random thing for her all of a sudden at the end to be like, oh, by the way, let's see if this helps. Literally a map to, like, directions to where this thing is. So I'm just like, what the heck is up with that? You
That's
know?
fair. More than fair.
What is up with that? When she first gets to Zion, she's been there before. She makes
know that.
makes it clear that she has. She says, "I got this. I'm going to go out on my own." She's walking around, and she gets to somewhere she thinks she's supposed to be. She looks and she sees a rock, like a big boulder, and she just goes, "That's not supposed to be here." Why did she think that after all these years she was going to still have Zion National Park memorized? She went as a kid.
Yeah.
She went as a kid.
Tough sledding.
That is insane to me. I just kept thinking, like, there's no way. There's no, like, even people that, have been there every year, I imagine, it's a national park. Like,
I've heard,
with lots and lots of, like,
Lots of
boulders
park.
that kind of all look similar. Like, it was an insane thing to me. And it took 10 minutes of the movie. Like, I just kept being like, she's going to get lost. But then they do the montage.
That's true.
And it's like, why do
And they
that
cut
when we could do
Sanders.
this?
Yeah, they cut
So we have plenty of stuff.
Sanford, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Dano?
Sandbar.
Yeah, I don't want to bring this up and say it out loud, but I'm gonna. There are over 60 national parks.
That's not what I've heard.
We've had 2 national park romances so far.
I see where you're going.
Yikes.
I see where you're going.
A wedding veil or a
Is the
national
plan
park?
to move forward with these movies until all the parks have been represented?
Maybe if we're
If
lucky.
so, I would like to tender my resignation.
Thank you.
Henceforth,
Declined.
decline.
At least to like 10. And then
You want 8 more of these?
I'm just saying, like 60
I will say this.
60's a lot. You've only done 2. At least put a dent in them.
2 to 2, I'd take these over the Wedding Veil movies.
Oh, 2-2.
right.
How about that?
I would.
It's time for Double Decker of the Week. It is where Panda, you come on in, bud. Panda's
Come on,
going to
buddy,
sit
now's
down.
your time.
He's going to do a deep dive into one of the Double Deckers who have signed up for Bram Jam Plus. Roll that intro music. Double Decker of the Week.
Oh, bing,
Hey!
bang, bong.
Bing, bang, bong. What is it? Bing, bang, bong. Who is it? Bing, bang, bong. What is it? Bing, bang, bong. Do with it.
Take it, Panda.
Hey, ho.
If you want to be my lover,
Gotta
get
get
with
with
my
my
friends.
friends.
Gotta get with
Make
my
it
friends.
last forever. Friendship never ends.
do you remember a couple months ago when we tried to do that and you didn't know the song?
I didn't know, but I've been listening to it on
Good.
repeat.
Yeah. Spice Girls are good, man.
Listen, fool you once.
Yeah.
Dan, who do we have today as the Double Decker of the Week?
Oh, Stacy Stelling.
Oh,
Stacy
Stacy.
Stelling.
Oh, my goodness. Her mom, first of all, fantastic.
Her mom, poor baby.
Can I ask you this?
Sure, hope she's okay.
That sounded.
That was maybe one step too far. And I don't know why exactly, but it just...
Wish we lost that one in the file transfer. So we have Stacy. We have Stacy.
Yep.
What's Stacy doing these days? What's
Working at
Stacy
a pool
doing?
somewhere? Or?
Oh no, guys! She is running a company that, can I say this? Groundbreaking.
Okay.
Now she's really capturing the indoor island craze that's going on
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
right now. Indoor island.
I don't know
What's
that-
that exactly?
So imagine. So first of all, you go in, you check in, right, and then it's indoors, right,
Yeah.
and then there's water everywhere, but there's an island typically right in the middle.
Okay.
But she's upending the entire industry.
Industry. What's that exactly?
The industry?
Industry. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
The
got it.
industry.
Yeah.
I sometimes I struggle.
Yeah.
I struggle a little bit. I think we understand.
Yeah.
It gets hung in the gullet.
In the gullet there.
When you get to be triple digits. So she's taking over the indoor island industry.
Yeah.
That we
And
all knew about
reinventing it.
before today.
And she's just flipping it on its head.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
How so?
Well, okay. Normally you would use water, but in this case, she's pouring nothing but Fanta everywhere.
Fanta?
Fanta.
Yeah.
Fanta.
Fanta?
Fanta.
Okay.
This is Fantasy Island?
You got it.
Yeah, I thought it might be Fantasy Island.
That's interesting. Also gross. So
Whoa.
People-
Why do you think that's gross?
Not-
You're
no,
not an
no,
orange.
no,
orange
no.
soda?
No.
Pump the brakes on the gross truck, Chief.
I'm not saying Fanta's gross.
If you're going to talk bad about Fanta,
I wouldn't.
you're going to do that out in the hallway where you belong.
The hallway.
You're a hallway boy.
Hallway boy.
Can I talk bad about the idea?
Yeah, go for it.
Do I need to go to
Because
the
we're
hall-
all just sitting around in sugary soda.
Do I need to go out to the hallway
No,
for
no,
that?
I think you can do that here. We're all going to swim in sugary soda.
I'm gonna go
huh?
out to
But
the
they
hallway.
drain it.
No, stay here.
hallway.
Oh my gosh.
Take a walk.
All right,
Take
go
a
out the
lap.
hallway.
It's because we're all sitting around in soda all day.
Trace, is that you?
No.
You're on it. Okay, first of all, I think you don't understand how islands work.
Yeah.
Island, no.
I'm an island boy.
But here's the
You're
thing
not
didn't
sitting
tell you.
around in sugary.
Is it Fanta-C and all of this Fanta soda is enriched with vitamin C? Maybe?
No.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I know you were trying, but that's
the
not
best I
how it
can.
works.
Okay.
Is there regular water?
No, it's just Fanta.
So if you want to swim,
Let me ask you this, though.
You're on an island.
Wait, don't you wanna?
I do.
Don't you wanna?
Want what?
Want a Fanta?
Yes.
Don't you wanna?
Yes.
All right, then sit back down. You're in. Don't you wanna?
Who wouldn't want to do that? Can
I
you
don't
think
know.
of that? I
I
mean,
just think after a while, so you can get in it.
you of course. Why wouldn't you? It's a whole sea of Fanta.
Stop saying Fanta. It's Fanta.
No, it's Juana Fanta.
Fanta.
It's not Juana Fanta.
Don't you want Fanta?
Want a Fanta?
Yes, Aaron.
Stop it. No, Aaron's got that crazy New Englander thing.
Fair.
It's not
It's just a
Fanta.
debate that goes on forever because we pronounce it Fanta, but the song is Juana Fanta. So
That's just
But
song.
It's Fanta.
It's Fanta.
I don't think that's
Well, then
accurate.
we would be Fantasy Island. Welcome to
Fantasy Island.
Degrassi.
Get it? It's a great idea. I sold all my chips in it.
You sold all of your chips.
Pushed all
in
my
it.
chips in.
I was about to say that means you don't have any left, but you do have stake in it.
Oh, say it again.
Fanta.
Fanta.
Kind of in between. Fanta.
That's right.
That's the only time I feel like Siri changed her
Stacey,
mind.
the business model is questionable.
You're questionable, but that's fine.
But
Let's get back
All in, Stacey.
sorry about your mom.
to you. Bye-bye. Good to see you. We're going to be back next time with another
island.
one. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.